How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yesterday I conducted a sting operation myself. As you guys know, I normally maintain some sort of silence on these catches for multiple months afterwards because I don't want to affect a police investigation. I headed up to Stratford in London to do this particular operation, somewhere that I used to live, which worried me because I know a lot of people around there, and it sickened me to have something so close to home. I'll keep everybody updated with updates when I get them, and eventually there will be a video on this. In the meantime, let's hope the police do a good job, and thank you to them again for arriving so quickly and helping out. The video I'm reacting to today is from a YouTube channel with only 4,000 subscribers called Creeps Cringe TV. It doesn't sound like the most professional predator catching name, if I'm completely honest. Creeps Cringe TV. It sounds like a, I don't know, a Minecraft YouTube channel that has creepers on it. Is that right? I've never played Minecraft. I'm sorry if I've insulted anyone. The link to the original video will be in the link down below if you do want to check it out. Also, if you want extra footage, extra information, and extra videos, they're on my Patreon account. The link is in the description down below. Feel free to check that out. That's how I afford traveling to meet these predators and pay for lawyers to help them actually get arrested in the long run. But without any further hesitation, let's get into today's video.
Oh shit, you got hot Cheetos? Damn. Yeah, well, we got the same pants on.
Oh, you got the friends?
Yeah. You, Tristin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you know?
So there's two ways that most people approach predators. There's either the direct way that I do it, where I sort of just walk up to them and I say, look, I'm Mike Fox. It's always really cringy when I say it out loud. And I know you're here to meet a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old girl, whatever prop account I'm using at the time. The other way is sort of doing this, where you don't outwardly say why you're there, but you sort of get them speaking first, like you're an old friend. Why are you here? What are you doing? Get them caught in lies, because later on, if they get caught in a lie, the more people speak, the harder it is to maintain a convincing storyline in court. The more you get people to waffle on about stuff, the more slip-ups they'll make, and the more slip-ups you can point out in court.
You know how I know that, right? That's crazy. Are you here to see a 14-year-old?
What?
You here to see a 14-year-old?
Hmm?
Are you here to see, what are you doing here tonight?
I was just hanging out in Charlottesville.
You just hanging out in
Yeah.
How would I know your name if you're just hanging out in Charlotte? Just like you said, I know your name, right?
Yeah.
I mean, each to their own. I don't like got your memes throughout YouTube videos when you're catching predators. It seems distasteful to me personally. Other people really like it. Little jump-in clips, little sound effects. I just feel like with any of these sort of cases that I do myself personally, I want to maintain some sort of professionality throughout, if that makes sense. If my video gets brought up in a court hearing, I don't want it to be blasted full of got your memes and sound effects, because it makes me look less professional in court, and in turn makes my case against these people also look less professional, if that makes sense.
I know your name, right?
Yeah.
So how would I know that if you're just some person hanging out?
I just drove here, that's all.
Right. You can go.
I can't get in trouble for hanging out with somebody.
Who said you're getting in trouble?
Yeah, we were saying I'm hanging out with a 14-year-old.
I said that. I asked you a question.
So all things aside, I do like the fact that they are including some screenshots of conversations, because again, it helps the viewer, me, you, whoever else was watching this video, understand a lot more of the context behind the content. If I turn on a camera and just say things, people that watch the videos won't understand fully the exact situation that I was placed in when speaking to these people, and in return, don't know if everything I'm saying is truthful. They are showing little screenshots here, which this particular screenshot that they just showed proves that Tristin, the woman predator here, is completely under no delusion that she is here to meet a 14-year-old girl. What it doesn't show is the messages beforehand and the messages after. There could have been any sort of moral or legal entrapment beforehand, and afterwards they could have completely fucked up the case by saying something else, if that makes sense. So as much as I do appreciate them including these little things to help the viewer understand what's going on, I feel like a full transcript of these messages should be available either before or after a court hearing. After is preferable, before is still better.
No, I just
I'm recording only for your safety and my safety. That's the only reason I'm recording. So don't even worry about this being here. As you see, what does this shirt say? Creeps Cringe TV.
I love how proud this person is of the name of their YouTube channel, like it is the staple of their career. Yeah, that's right. I'm Creeps Cringe TV. It sounds like an Xbox gamer tag. It's fair play though, whatever floats your boat.
If you leave, hey.
Yeah, to be fair, you did make me cringe. You're not wrong.
I'll call the cops. I just want to have a conversation. That's it. All right, so let's take a step back. Let's just have a conversation. Let's talk about what you're doing here, because you weren't talking to that person you thought you were talking to.
So this is another thing that I don't like hearing in most cases. I don't like it when people say outright, stay or I'm calling the police. Because in certain cases, stuff that I've not personally dealt with, but other cases that I've looked at as sort of case studies when I was learning how to do this, there's been a couple of different trials where people have said, if you don't do this, I will do this. So if you don't leave, I won't call the police, sort of thing. And because they've been allured into the situation, in some cases, this is inadmissible in court. This means that basically, again, this isn't for all cases, but some, that this could be completely thrown out because you've coerced them to stay against their will with a promise of doing something that you're not willing to fulfill. And if you are willing to fulfill the promise of not calling the police if they stay, then what are you doing this for? What are you doing it for?
You're talking to my organization.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, you figured, but you're here right now. And doesn't that seem a little weird? So I just want to have a conversation, understand why you're here right now. And if you don't want to have a conversation, I've already got your license plate from out there. I've already got your Facebook. I already know personal stuff about you. I know where you work, and it can be uploaded on the internet.
So Creeps Cringe TV has included the personal information of this woman. It says where she works, where she went to school, and where she lives. This could potentially be seen as doxing, but in reality, when it comes to a legal case, it wouldn't be doxing. Doxing is the act of sharing private information against somebody's will. Because this is all public information on her Facebook page, this can't be classed as doxing. But what could happen is it could destroy a police investigation. For example, somebody that knows who this person is could see this and they could threaten their life. If Tristin in this situation is then threatened with a threat against her life, it could ruin the investigation because of malpractice and ill behaviour from a third-party source. I had something similar happen with one of my videos recently, and that's why it was taken down from YouTube. I blurred the person's face, I blurred his name, and yet somebody figured out who it was and left him a death threat. This particular bit of information could ruin a legal case against this woman. And just to clarify, because I blurred his face and blurred his name and everything, I'm not liable for anything that happens to this man. I was just told to take that on video in case it ruined the police investigation, as I just mentioned.
I just want to have a conversation, understand why you're here. So let's cut the cocky attitude, hand me my Cheetos.
Yep, another got you moment. Let's get some more audio in there for the viewers' entertainment, because entertainment is more profitable than catching people and sending them to the police, isn't it?
So, just make sure, get a good angle here. Start from the top. Your name, please. All right, and let's keep it honest, because like I said, you were talking to me the whole time. All right, so let's just be honest. The more honest you are with me, the more less inclined I am. Keep your hands out your pockets, please. Thank you. All right, so Tristin, right? Who messaged who first?
These sort of things always strike me as bizarre, because whenever I do a catch like this, I already know this information. I just sit them down and call the police, because that's my job at that point. As soon as somebody's arrived to a meeting with who they believed is an underage person, they're committing an additional crime in addition to what they were sending me over text message, if that makes sense. As soon as I've got their attempted meet on camera, and as soon as I can verify that the person coming is the person that I was messaging, then that's my job done. I try and get them to speak a bit more, because sometimes they slip up, but I don't understand these sort of one-to-one sit-downs. Who messaged who? You know who messaged who first. You hit them with the information. I know you messaged first, blah, blah, blah. I know you did this, blah, blah, blah. They're just gonna agree, because that's how people work. Unless you're lying, obviously.
She messaged you first.
She messaged you first?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah. She favorited my profile and then messaged me.
Is that messaging? Is favoriting messaging? Let's be honest. Let's not act silly here. Is favoriting messaging first?
No, she favored it, then messaged me.
Okay, let's double check on that. If you're already starting to lie to me, we could just end this now.
I'm not lying.
Is that not you? Saying hi first?
Where it doesn't have anything on there.
That
I never said hi.
is that not you saying hi first? We got the same messages.
So if you guys didn't know, if I'm this person who cringe creeps TV or whatever it is, and I message somebody first, it could be seen as entrapment in a court of law. There is some case studies that show that predator catchers can be made liable for this thing, even though it's mainly for the police force. As soon as the police overtake an investigation, they can't really use that bit of evidence, and it makes it harder for a person to be convicted. And if it's not that, it's a moral dilemma, actively trying to find people instead of them finding you. It's a moral issue as well. Because they've proven that this person messaged first, it's a good start, to be honest, because it means that they were then proceeding to message, and when they were told the age, they carried on. Whenever I'm messaging these people, I always let them message me first, and I cover myself by using VPNs, such as Surfshark. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It allows you to create a barrier between yourself and the people you're messaging and the websites you're visiting while you're online. It allows you to place your IP address, which is sort of your online identity, exactly where you are. It can sort of tell you a rough location of your location. It allows you to change that anywhere in the world with a click of a button. Surfshark is the easiest, most user-friendly one that I've ever used, and that's why I consistently work with them on a regular basis. I myself and my entire family use VPN services for protection online, and not only that, but there's countless other benefits, including accessing Netflix from different countries. If you didn't know, Netflix in America has different TV shows to Netflix in England. Not only that, but it's also one of the cheapest in the world, especially if you use my discount code FOX. You'll receive 83% off your order and 3 months extra for free. Yes, you'll be paying a total of 17% of the normal price, and you also receive 3 months for free. Protect yourself and your loved ones online, and also reap the benefits and rewards from using a VPN service as well. Let's get back to the video.
You guys see this? They always do this. By the way, you're not the first person I caught. As you see, I do this and I catch creeps who want to come out here and destroy minors' lives. You understood you could have ruined this 14-year-old kid's for life forever.
I wasn't planning to do
It doesn't matter.
So with most social media platforms, such as Facebook, for example, they will keep a cache of the previous messages for a small period of time, maybe up to a year, for example. I don't think many go past a year, and I know some are, a considerable amount lower than a year of keeping that cache, because it's a big amount of data to hold. So if she is in fact deleting these messages, and Creeps King Cringe TV has the messages on their phone as well, the police will then do a full investigation. They'll pull in Facebook or whatever this platform is, and basically verify which messages and which messages are not real. And if it does turn out that she has deleted what could be seen as crucial evidence, she'll get done with evidence tampering as well. It's a waste of police time. They can figure this stuff out, especially if it's this immediate after something happens. If it's over a year old, the chances are it's gone. But if they go to the police tomorrow, we're all good.
You're saying that right now? That's crap. You talked about using a strap-on. You talked about how you had sex with a 15-year-old minor before. So this is not your first rodeo. So cut the cocky attitude. Let's cut the bullshit. You see them?
Well, she didn't say that she had sex with a 15-year-old. She said that she did with a 16-year-old when she was 21. And depending on what state this was filmed in, that could either be legal or completely illegal. I think the federal legal age of consent in America is 18, but states vary between 16 and 21 as far as I'm aware. So if she is in fact in a state which allows a 16-year-old to consent to sex, there's nothing wrong with this.
They know what I do here. You're not the first person I caught here. So if you want me to keep getting loud and you want to the cops are going to get here and they're going to see the chat logs, because this is a public place and what I'm doing isn't illegal.
The person that I was with that was that age was approved by their parent, and I was younger.
Again, the legality of getting people's faces on camera that don't consent to being on camera changes from state to state in America. There are some states which only have third-party consent laws, which means that you can film anyone. But then there are some states that if somebody says, stop recording me, even if it's in a public place, you have to stop recording, because at that point, it's all inadmissible in court anyway.
Police contact us after they see our videos and go after these child predators that we upload. If you go home and you YouTube, you Google Creeps Cringe TV, you are a child predator.
The police contacting you shouldn't be the way this works. You should contact the police. The fact that you're wasting police time waiting for them to message you when you've got all the evidence, just go and make a statement. Even if you let her go now, which you shouldn't, you should call the police, go to the police station and make a statement. Give them all the evidence straight away. It makes everything a lot easier instead of the police randomly finding something on YouTube and then it could be 6 months later, they find something and it turns out that this person is a career child predator and she's done it to another 15 people because you didn't go to the police initially. Use some initiative. This is your job. If you want to do this, you go to the police. The police don't come to you.
After this, everyone will know you're a child predator because what you came to do, and you were sitting here talking with someone you thought was 14-year-old. You sat right here and brought me fucking hot Cheetos because you thought that I was a 14-year-old. Nobody here is 14.
That was being a friend.
You think it's okay for a 25-year-old to be friends with a 14-year-old?
There's only very few circumstances where it's okay to message somebody under the legal age of consent. If there's any sexual conversation, that's not okay. If you're messaging, I don't know, a friend's daughter or son, that's fine. You can have a family friendship with a friend's daughter or son. That's not concerning. You can reply back to somebody that messages you as long as the conversations are moral. That's okay. There are some situations where you can get away with it, but adults actively seeking children as friends is weird. Michael Jackson seeking children as friends, it's weird.
And if you walked in the house and you seen a grown-ass man or woman there with your 15-year-old little sister and you went to their text messages and seen the chat logs that you had, you'd be okay with that. Let's keep it real. Let's be honest, heart to heart here. You'd be okay with the grown man or woman, 25 of age, whatever the hell, being with your 15-year-old sister.
You've just made a good point. She's going to respond with something that could be crucial in court. And what you've done is putting crickets chirping. Why? Why? Again, you said that you wait for the police to watch your YouTube videos and then reach out to you. You don't reach out to the police. The police watch these videos, right, and reach out to you. If I was a police officer and I'm watching this to try and gain evidence and I start hearing from a fucking cricket at a key part in this conversation, I don't think I would contact you because I think you would have done it wrong. Personally. Like, you have to do this more professionally. If you want to do this, please do it more professionally. That's all I'm asking.
You're sick.
Wait,
You're sick.
My dad is 11.
Age? You're never on the same page, girl. You're never on the same page, girl. You're never on the same page. If they are underage, it should be no communication between you two, other than unless it's your sister, like you said.
Using the excuse, my dad is 11 years older than my mum, is like using the excuse, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean because there's an 11-year age gap between your parents, that means every 11-year age gap okay? Does that mean an 18-year-old and a 7-year-old is okay just because your parents are an 11-year age gap? What about a 77-year-old and a 66-year-old? That seems alright, doesn't it? What about a 16-year-old and a 5-year-old? Maybe not. Like, come on. Use a bit of common sense. Age isn't linear through your life. There are milestones in your life where a larger age gap is okay. When you're in your 30s and you meet someone in their 40s, I don't see anything wrong with that. When you're in your 20s and you meet someone in their late 20s, 30s, we're all good. If you're in your teens or noughts and you meet someone in their 20s or 30s, no.
Yeah, we don't even need to go to court because your face is going to be everywhere. Your face is literally going to be everywhere. Tristin White, and I got your Facebook and it's going to be posted on your wall and everybody here is going to know. You already been on live here for about 30 minutes. So these people have already shared your profile. So probably when you get back in your car, that's probably who was calling you.
Oh, so this is a live stream one as well. Just to add to how much I dislike the way this video has been presented already, it's also a live stream just to add to it. And not only that, but it doesn't matter if the legal procedure's done because their face is everywhere and that's all that matters. No, it's not. All that matters is getting this person convicted for the crimes that they've been doing, getting them the psychological help they need at the same time as being punished for what they've done, not to be exposed online to people for clout. The fact that you've just said the sentence, we don't need to go to court because your face is already online, it disturbs me as somebody that does this as a job. It actually disturbs me.
And you know something? Actually, I can give you one more chance and not have this be posted online because that's actually what I'm not about just sitting here being a dick and an asshole.
But you've just said that you were live streaming it for the last half an hour, which means you've posted it online. Oh my god, it's like watching Dumb and Dumber. It hurts me because there's no way that this case, with the way this has been presented, with little sound effects involved, I've got no confidence that they've done this correctly. This person could be the worst child predator that's ever been on YouTube. We don't know because it hasn't been done correctly. This person could have been arrested and then they found terabytes of bad images of underage people, but we don't know because she hasn't been arrested. She could go home and delete all that. She could be messaging 30 other people that are all children, but we won't know because they haven't been arrested. They can go home and delete the chat logs. It hurts me on every level watching this, on every level.
If you call somebody here right now and let them know what you were here to do, I won't put this online. You explain to them what you came to do and the age of who you came to do it with, so I know that you're being watched and that you won't do this again and that you're remorseful for what you did. I won't post this online. And if you go to my YouTube, you see that I did that before.
If you go to my YouTube and look at the videos I've posted, you will see that I didn't post those videos. What? Also, you're live streaming, which means that people have already seen it. And then again, to add to that, go call someone in so I can get some better content for my YouTube channel and I won't post it online to my YouTube channel. Like,
Hey, let's start from the top, all right? Because I'm going to send her all this info. So if you're going to be honest with her, she's going to know you're a liar if you're bullshitting her right now. So did the person hit you up or did you hit them up?
They hit me up.
Okay. And how old did they tell you they were?
They said they were 19 at first, but they said they were actually 15.
The profile said 19. They never said, there's no they, okay? Ma'am, she was talking to me, okay? So when I'm saying all this, it's because it is true proof here. And I'm with an organization who stops online child predators who come out and drive a distance or even come out and don't drive a distance.
so let's clarify. You said if she calls somebody on her... If she calls somebody that she knows and publicly embarrasses herself to somebody that she knows, then you won't publicly embarrass herself more. But you've proceeded to upload this on YouTube. So what are you doing this for? You're not calling the police. You've said that it doesn't matter if there's a court hearing because her face is already on the internet. Now you've blatantly lied for more YouTube content because you think it's better if you call them and embarrass them more because you get all those people on, this is amazing content. I love to see these people ruin their lives. You get more traction. What is the point? What are you doing this for? Because if you're not doing this to get arrests and prosecutions and get these people sentenced to jail time, then that means that you would not have done everything that you're meant to do properly and carefully. Because you're doing it for content. You don't care if you do it properly. And caring about doing it properly is a massive part of doing this job. A massive part.
CPS, you know what that meant, right? I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. You guys saw that? She tried to hit me with her car. You creep.
Oh my god, everything about this hurts me. If this woman did exactly what she has been accused of, I haven't seen the full chat log, so I can't speak to it. Based off the way that this person is representing themselves on camera, cringe, I don't know that, cringe, TV, cringe, right? The way they're presenting themselves on camera makes me feel like they haven't done this correctly. I want there to be a full police investigation. I'm going to figure out where this is from. I'm going to email the district attorneys to that area, and I'm going to try and proceed with a full investigation into this to see if there's malpractice on one end, and if not, to get the person who is a predator actually arrested for the crimes that they should be arrested for. If I had to rate this video out of 10, it's a 0. Nothing about this was good. Nothing about this was good, on either side. It looks like she was there to meet a 15-year-old, so we've seen some of the messages that prove that, but we don't know the full context behind it, and we don't know anything, really. And that makes it harder. And I can't trust somebody who puts "got your diss tracks" within a predator catch. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there. And let me know what you thought of this video down below. Peace.